How you guys doing? It's been a few days, and really wanted to point out a little secret here. Now you know that cities that are run by Democrats, right? Like Portland, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Well, the thing is, some of those city law enforcement is being funded by, donors of radicalized domestic terrorists like Antifa. Well, come to a little information that Portland PD is being paid off by Antifa money donors. And that's why, because DHS just exposed that the Portland PD is being paid off by Antifa money donors. It's probably why they are arresting independent journalists, right? Okay, we're going to go live on YouTube and Rumble. Okay, we're about 2 minutes in here. Okay, right now, let's really get to the core of the bad apple here. Okay. Now, Antifa has donors, so does Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter has donors. They rank in money up the wazoo, and they attend to simplify that how much money they rake in, they will use the money to pay off people to do what they do. Right? You think about how much money did they rake in 2020, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, $90 million is $90 million. That's a lot of fucking money. Okay? That's a lot of fucking money. Now, George Soros, the guy is a multi-billionaire, him and his son. And George Soros is a Hungarian Jew who is a Nazi youth. And he became a billionaire doing shitty shit, all that shit, And he raked up so much money, he created an organization, not just one, but multiple. And through this means, he would throw out money to DAs, like in Los Angeles, and San Francisco, and Chicago, New York, Minneapolis, everywhere that has this liberal, progressive DAs and shit, because he wants to destabilize the whole entire United States. He wants to break down the United States to create a socialist, communist, Marxist utopia. And he's throwing money at Antifa in Portland. Okay? The money they're raking in, they're bribing and paying off the mayor, the DA, Portland PD. That's why you see Portland PD arresting independent journalists. Okay? Now, you gotta think, with all this money, right? With all this money, this is kind of shit that Black Lives Matter would do. The global organization would do. Okay? If they want to destabilize a neighborhood or a town, right? They will waste money. But right now, the global network, the BLM global network right now is in the red. They've been in the red for 2 fucking years. Now, why is that? See, the thing is, this organization, these 3 dumb broads that are lesbians, yeah, they're dykes, cannot manage money. Okay? Manage money. Okay? Couldn't do it. Why? Because Kenneth Owens investigated and found out that Patrice Cullors wasted $8.5 million. Now, $8.5 million is still a lot of money. Right? It's still a lot of money. Now, figure out, like, she bought 4 homes in the amount of $3.2 million. Like, how is that somebody spends that much money on 4 homes? And why? That's not money managing. That's wasting money, right? That's wasting money, you know. Now you think, now one of the co-founders is in deep shit because she made money with the organization through intimidation, through violence. That's a racket. That's a RICO crime. Okay? Black Lives Matter, or that organization alone can face RICO charges. Okay, folks? It's called a RICO. Intimidation, racketeering, right? Through violence. That's a RICO. That's called a racketeering. It's an old mob crime, you know, but still used, you know. Now you have Antifa and Portland PD. Now Portland PD is being paid off to do what they do. Now Portland PD is the Northwest equivalent of Chicago, LA, Oakland, San Francisco, New York, and Minneapolis, and Phoenix, and Tucson, and Seattle, Tacoma, right? And you got to ask yourself, why is Portland PD up there with those departments? Well, we're all forgetting LVMPD, Las Vegas Metro PD. If you all remember what happened in 2017, in October, this month, in 2017, 5 months before the one in Florida, the one before, like 5 months before what happened in Parkland, Florida. Right? Now, you got to ask yourself, right? Why is Portland PD not doing their job? Right? Because Portland PD is protecting Antifa. Right? Portland PD, Portland Police Department is protecting Antifa. Why? Because to Portland PD, the money's fucking good. The money's too good. The money's too fucking good to them. A journalist got assaulted by a couple of members of Antifa. All of a sudden, the journalist got arrested. Now the question is, why arrest the guy? Why arrest the guy, right, who got assaulted, right? Got assaulted. Okay, who do we have here? We got two viewers. Now you ask yourself, isn't that called bribery? Yes, it is. It's called bribery. It's called bribing, paying off to protect themselves by bribing the corrupt officers in Portland PD, in Oregon, right? Who else got bribed before? Let's see. You got LAPD, NYPD, Chicago PD, Phoenix, Tacoma, Seattle. Because during that time, Antifa had their little Chad zone. Remember a few years ago? Right? Remember a few years ago? Then he had one in Atlanta where the police chief had to resign. Right? And then what happened, a mother in Atlanta drove into the parking lot of where a Wendy's got burnt to the ground. You want to know why? Because a drive-through attendee that was working drive-through saw a driver asleep in the drive-through. Right? So she called the cops. She called 911 saying that there's a guy in the car asleep in the drive-through. So cops came out. They weren't rude. Okay? They went in there, checked on the guy. He was kind of under the influence. And he's in a Wendy's parking lot, not knowing where he's at, right? So he's asked, "Do you know where you're at?" LeSerine goes, "No. And he's under the influence. You can tell by his action, because if you're under the influence of alcohol, right? It changes your brain chemistry, your mind, because your brain is fogged. Okay, it's fogged, right? So they had him do some tests. He couldn't do the test, the sobriety test, and they went to arrest him for driving under the influence. Okay. So once they put cuffs on the guy, he attacks the officers. Okay? He grabs their taser. Then he runs. Right? They chase him, but he takes the taser he took from them, one of them. He goes to turn around and use it, and they open up on the guy. Right? Now, if he was alive, he would have been charged with 3 crimes: driving under the influence, assault on a police officer, and fleeing the scene. Right? He's fleeing the scene. So the guy's dead. Now, if the guy would have just taken the cuff, take the arrest, go to jail, that's it. Get sober. No. But no. He's under the influence. He attacks the officers. Grabs their weapon, because a taser is still a weapon. Okay? The taser is still a weapon. You know. And so guy gets shot, he dies, and without even a investigation, the DA automatically charges the officers with a capital murder charge. Now, my question is, how come the DA, without any investigation at all whatsoever. He charged the two officers with a capital murder charge. Now, could we say that the DA jumped a little bit without even thinking that let's investigate this and not rush it? But no, the DA automatically just rushed to judgment, right? So after it happened, the Wendy's got burnt down. Now, days later, the mom, a black mother, and her baby turned into a parking lot where 3 people armed actually turned around to leave the parking lot. They opened up on her. Okay? Her 8-year-old daughter, who's black, by the way, they killed. Now, tell me this. The 3 men that shot the car, that killed the girl, were black. Now, tell me if that's not a black crime. A black mother with her daughter went to turn out, to do a U-turn to leave the parking lot. The vehicle gets completely riddled with bullets. Killed the 8-year-old girl, that's somebody's baby. That's someone's baby. She's gone. She come back. She's gone. These 3 black men shot at the car, killed the girl, tried to kill the mother. That is still a crime, a black-on-black crime. You know, so don't tell me that's not a black-on-black crime. Fuck you. Yes, it is. You try to kill a mother, but you kill her daughter instead. The vehicle they're in is now a metal Swiss cheese. So now we have this issue in Portland right now, right? DHS exposed Portland PD. They're paid off by who? Antifa donors, right? To stand down, right? To stand down, protect Antifa, but if anybody interferes, hey, look at that, there's a journalist, arrest him. After he got assaulted by 2 members of Antifa. Cops didn't do anything. They arrested the journalist, right? Why arrest the journalist? He got assaulted. Right? So they left 2 members of Antifa alone, but yet they arrest this journalist, right? Now, in my opinion, I think Portland PD needs a full-blown investigation. They did it to Phoenix PD twice within the last 15 years. They investigated Phoenix PD twice. They investigated Chicago PD a few times, NYPD a few times, LAPD a few times. That bullshit. And also LASD, which is Los Angeles Sheriff Department. Now, that department is worse than LAPD. Honestly. Way worse. Okay, we got 2 viewers. How you guys doing? Hello, viewers. How you guys doing? Now, it's really insane because we all know that George Soros is throwing money out there, wasting money on stupid people to pay off law enforcement people. Yeah. So you ask yourself, what is it? What is it that, you got to think, okay, well, could they be not getting paid as well? Come on, man, shit. You have people in law enforcement making $200,000 a year. Making $200,000 a year. Right? Yeah. There's a girl. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. What you doing, baby girl? What you doing? What to do, baby girl? What you doing? Been good? Right on, brother. What part of Texas, man? What parts of Texas? I know that San Antonio PD is kind of up there as well, being one of the worst ones as well. I remember they had that incident with a veteran years ago, and he tried to set up one girl's life, and they didn't like that with him interfering, and they went after him, and they beat him nearly to death, beat him bad, man, badly. And this was like 2010 ish, 2011. I think they were around 2009 or 10 or around there. Nearly 20 years ago. No, wait. That was 2009, 2010. He was an Army. I think he was either a Navy or Army veteran in San Antonio. Oh, right on. Right on. Small town? Because the guy was either Navy or Army. And this was in San Antonio. And there's another channel that was out there. It was Shark showing showing what's it called, Shark. It was an animal rights activist channel where they go out and expose animal abusers and shit. And the guy and his wife were in a truck, and he had a camera on top of the truck, and a bicycle guy wore one of those ugly ass hats and shit, and he was a bicycle guy cop, in San Antonio, and the guy completely lied to his ass, lied and shit, and oh damn. It's called showing humans and animals, like something like, it was called Shark, Shark, SHARK. But but they end up exposing this officer who lied and just gave the guy a ticket and stuff. And I've been to Amarillo, going to Oklahoma, and I was stopped at this place in Amarillo, just coming from from California to Oklahoma. The stop was in El Reno, Oklahoma, just a few miles from Amarillo, and I would take the Greyhound from California to Oklahoma. I've been there twice, 2011 and 2017. And stuff, so it was nice, real nice, and stopped in at Phoenix, then in New Mexico, then into Amarillo, Texas, where the stop was like they were rebuilding this place to be a. Oh, really? Nice, man. Right on. Right on. But when I went to El Reno, it was nice too. It was like pretty cool, small town. I mean, I like small towns. I'm not big on. I'm not real big on big cities, man. Just I'm more of a small town kind of guy, you know, and it's a lot for me. It's a lot better, you know. I was born and raised in California, and but when you look at you start to think what's going on now is getting insane. Really insane. And it's just yesterday we did a broadcast yesterday on TWRN, where there was a No King protest. Okay, now it failed. The No King protest backfired, you know, and caught wind of a broadcast of a where Antifa wanted to infiltrate the protest, and Antifa wanted to infiltrate the No King protest and incite violence. You know, and when you look at Antifa, I see overgrown children having a social temper tantrum. You know, and I mean, just seeing them is like a village of dumbass white kids playing with crayons. Because Antifa, you don't see one black person or one Hispanic person in the group. It's all mostly dumbass white kids playing with crayons and hullabaloo bullshit, you know. And it's funny because it's like I can sit here and laugh my ass off looking like you guys are fucking dumb. You guys are absolutely fucking dumb. There's a couple people yesterday in a broadcast. One dressed like a fucking chicken, other one dressed like a fucking giraffe. Like, I'm sorry, but the circus left yesterday, asshole. You know, shit. Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. They had a rogues gallery of idiots. And they had one guy, he looked like he got face fucked by a porcupine. Yeah. The guy looked like he was face fucked by a cybernetic porcupine. Yeah. And I mean, you see these little bastards with piercings all over their face. It's like they were like cornholing a rusted Buick. Like they were tongue colon cleansing a Buick. Like so much piercing, you can't see their face, right? I'm like, my son, he'll have one earring. That's it. One earring. That's it. Who in the hell? What parent would want to see their kid who looked like they got face fucked by a cybernetic mutant porcupine? Right? Like, alright, Marge, I cannot believe you gave birth to that little bastard. Well, I can't believe he came from your loins. Shit, you know. It is a girl. What you doing? What you doing? Huh? Yeah, there is a lot of mental illness and shit in Portland. Also other places too as well. And it's mostly these little bastards that are like, fuck you fascists, fuck you Nazi. But come out. There's a side-by-side picture, okay, with Antifa and Nazi Germany from 1939 to 1940, right? Side by side, the exact same fucking flag, right? So I'm thinking, since Antifa is mostly of dumbass white kids, right, and they want to do this, push this communist bullshit. Now, Hitler was against communism. In fact, communism. So, why are they pushing communist bullshit, right? The way they look like is an equivalent of the Nazi brown shirts of the 30s and 40s and the Italian black shirts of the 1970s. Right? I haven't been in Portland since I was 5, and that was back in the early 80s, about 80, 81. I haven't been back since. I would not know if I went back there now to see what it's like, because I have family in Portland, and also in Eugene, Oregon. And we had a No King protest here in Fresno. Two locations and shit. So, and a buddy of mine was at one in Tennessee doing a live on location broadcasting, and it was insane. Like, again, they had one person dressed like a chicken, Other one was like dressed like a giraffe, and another one was just like a fucking what, pig or some shit. And I'm sitting there like, please somebody pop that fucking walking balloon. You know, so I love Portland. Portland's a beautiful city. Portland is a very beautiful city. There's a lot of history, a lot of things to learn. Seattle too as well. You know, beautiful city. You know, and these kind of bastards are ruining the history and the nostalgia of Portland, because Portland was a port city. It's still a port city, you know, and so is Seattle. But Portland PD got exposed for taking bribes from Antifa, because Antifa's getting paid money from donors. And who's the donor? George fucking Soros. Okay? George fucking Soros, man. You know, shit. Okay, we're at 3414 here on Rumble and 3651 on YouTube. We got 2 viewers here on YouTube. So it's really insane. It's really insane because you think, okay, well, this is why nobody, and I mean, this is why nobody trusts law enforcement, because it's a village full of arrogant, power-hungry control freaks, right? Power-hungry, you know, cocksuckers, you know. I know there are good officers, but I know I'll get tech for saying that. But you have the ones, even the higher ups are bad too. The higher ups are even as worse, you know. And they don't care. They care about collecting revenue for the state, for the city, right? They don't care about you, the public, because they rather take your tax dollars through civil asset forfeiture. Yeah. And they will do it any way possible. Have you ever heard of the Ciabatta Jews? The Ciabatta Jews. They're up there with the Rothschilds and the Catholic Church. All right. Now, I'll tell. Nice, man. What's funny is that when we do a like the thumbs up thing, they the thumb emoji shit, they're like, well, you know, we see the thumb emoji. It was hit from not just this, but this. It's a thumbs up emoji, you crazy bride. It ain't this unless It's up your ass while you're spitting on it. What the fuck? Like shit, dude. You know. I did a video about 2-3 months ago, but maybe longer than that. Had someone commented, and I'm gonna say this. Months back, and I mean months and months and months back, I've been learning, and researching organized gang stalking. And it was a mind-frying research. Well, baby girl, come here. Come here. Come here. What is it, girl? Come here. You good girl? My dog's out here. Got a little swallow dachshund mix. Are you being a good girl? Are you being a good girl? You getting cold? Well, about a couple months back, I got a comment from someone that thanking me for listening and understanding. You know, I mean, I'm just a guy. I'm just a we call it a newbie. A newbie. Call it a newbie here. That's not a targeted individual here. But the individual thanked me for listening, for understanding, you know. And to me, that kind of felt good for me because it's like the more I learn, I talked about it, and you know, even for someone that's not part of that, but researched it a little bit enough, but just enough to understand. I would say to any of you, you know, that are being targeted, you know, stay safe, man. You know, I know it ain't easy for you guys. I know it's scary, terrifying, very difficult, very nightmarish, very nightmarish, and I don't blame you for feeling that way. You know, you deserve some peace and peace of mind, but we all know the machine will not allow that at all. So I say, fuck the machine, man. And fuck you, Robert Duncan, you sick motherfucker. But it kind of made my day because it put a smile on my face, you know, to be told that, you know. And I felt good inside because I know that I'm learning to research and understand. I mean, talking about it, even though I'm not in that situation, it felt good for me to know that as someone that's not part of the nightmare, to understand by research and conversations, it put a smile on my face to know that they're not the only ones out there. There's others out there that are part of this nightmare, suffering, you know, and to every target, to every individual that's a survivor, okay, they're surviving, but yet they're still part of this nightmare. And God's watching. God's watching, folks. He's watching. And, and there are a few people in the same issue are taking advantage of it because they want clicks, they want followers, they want numbers on social media. Even one wants to be this YouTube star. Hey, dude, ain't going to happen. Why? Because the machine is watching even you, you son of a bitch. You and your fucking vape. The machine will not let you become a star on YouTube. Because the machine is watching everybody. The machine is watching you, dude. Yeah. And they even have one that is a religious, narcissist son of a bitch who thinks he's equivalent to Jim Jones, right? David Koresh, Billy Sunday, right? Thinks he's the next Joe Osteen. Well, fuck him too. People are tired of this shit. They want peace and peace of mind where all they want is to be left alone. No more, no less, no bullshit. They want that thing to go away so they can live in peace, but the machine will not let them. What we have here, we got two more. Still got two viewers here. And it's all about control. It's all about control. No more, no less. It's all about control. You know. True. I remember the days there was no smartphone. There was no internet. If you wanted to input, you go to a friend's house. Right? You go to a friend's house or you talk on the phone. That's how things were back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day. Only thing tech was Nintendo, Sega Genesis and shit. That was the 90s, man. If you went internet, you had AOL. You had Netscape, you had Netgear, or that is, Smart tech is just another word of, we're going to put the shekels on you. All right, folks, we're about at nearly an hour, so we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. I'm pulling up with doing it here on Rumble and YouTube, so if anybody here new to these channels, all like, follow, subscribe. Well, subscribe, follow, comment below, share, repost, you name it, whatever it is, And always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And always, peace out, Buddha bless, Godspeed. That's true, man. That's true. Peace.